Welcome to this atvise video tutorial. In this video you will learn how to create raw and event archives, how to parameterize them, and how to display historized data in the history list and in the chart. To demonstrate a raw value archive, we will take simulated data from the OPC UA simulation server by process and store it in an archive. Furthermore, we will add an alarm to a variable which will be saved in the event archive and create a user which triggers an event during login or logout. Before we create an archive, please ensure you have installed the simulation server and added it as data source to your project. As preparation, you can watch our tutorial on the topic data acquisition, where we install the OPC UA simulation server and mirror its data variables into the atvise project. First, we will add an alarm condition to a data variable. Under Server, My Server, Objects, Simulation, right-click on the variable sawtooth and then click on Add Alarm Configuration. Enter a name for the configuration and click on OK. Open the configuration with a double-click. Click on the plus icon to add an alarm condition and choose the value so that an alarm will be triggered for a value above 1. Save the alarm condition. Now we add a history archive. There are 3 different archive groups. The archive group data is used to save historical raw values. The archive group event is used to save events, for example alarms. The archive group aggregate is used to save compressed raw values. Under Server, My Server, right-click on History Archive and then click on Add Archive Group, Data. Enter a name for the archive group. The checkbox Activated is used to activate or deactivate the archiving. If you deactivate the archive, data will no longer be recorded. This function can, for example, be used when data should only be stored by server-side scripting. The interpolation type is used for queries for specific points in time when no value is available, or if an archive is the base for an aggregate. The partition interval defines the interval in which a new database file for this archive group will be created. Choose None. The file limit defines the maximum number of database files for this archive group. Once this number is exceeded, the oldest database file will be deleted. Click on OK to create the archive. Now we create an event archive. Right-click on History Archives and then click on Add Archive Group, Event. Enter a name for the archive group and click on OK. There can be one event archive for a project. In this archive, changes to an alarm status, login and logout of a user, writing of a value, and a call of a server-side script will be saved. Now we will add a variable to a data archive. Do a right-click on the variable, for example sawtooth, and then click on Historize. The parameter raw archive defines in which data archive the data will be stored. Choose the archive you have created. The parameter aggregate template defines the template which should be used for the aggregation of the raw data. To learn how you can create and use an aggregate template, watch the atvise video tutorial on aggregation. Choose None. The parameter raw value source defines the source of the historical raw values. These values can be requested locally or provided by an external system. We will provide an additional atvise video tutorial on how you can request raw values from an external OPC UA server. Choose Local. The parameter aggregate value source defines the source of aggregated values. These values can also be requested locally or provided by an external system. We will provide an additional atvise video tutorial explaining how you can request aggregated values from an external OPC UA server. Choose Same as raw value source. Click on OK. From now on, all data will be saved in the archive. Now we add a user. Under User and Groups, right-click on Users and then click on Add User. Name the user and click on OK. Open the user by double-clicking on it. Click on Set Password and enter a password. Click on OK and save the user by clicking on OK. Open the browser. Click on the history icon in the menu below to get to the history list. Click on the burger icon on the right side of the table to show or hide columns. Show the column Note Description. In the new column you can see the short note description. By clicking on the column label, you can sort the entries. Click on the arrow icon on the left side of an entry to get a detailed view. To search for a specific text, click on the magnifying glass icon in the bottom left corner, enter the text and click on Search. All rows with this text will be displayed. Click on Reset. Click on Advanced Filters to show all filters. To apply filters, set the target value, for example a variable, in a specific time span and click on Apply Filter. To reset all filters, click on Reset Filter and then on Apply Filter. Choose the Live checkbox. You can now see all current value changes with the applied filter. While in the live view, you cannot change the applied filter. Based on the entries of the columns, you can differentiate between raw values and events. Event entries always have a priority. In addition, event entries of alarms also show the status information of the alarm. Now log in with the user you have created. Log in and log out entries display the information about the user and the action. Click on the chart icon in the menu below. To configure a chart, click on the gear icon. The chart configuration will open. In the tree view in the source address area, you can see all available nodes. Choose any data variable, for example the sawtooth data variable in the simulation folder. Once you have selected the data variable, its trend is shown in the chart behind. We will provide an additional atvise video tutorial explaining how you can configure the chart in detail. Click on Quick Save and close the chart configuration. Now set the end time to now. Then set the start time to now and decrease the time by 2 minutes. The live view will stop automatically. You can now see the values in the selected time span. Now open the history list. Set the to time to now. Then set the from time to now and decrease the time by 2 minutes. As an advanced filter, choose the address of the sawtooth data variable in the simulation folder. Choose value as type and click on Apply Filter. You can now see the same values as in the chart. Congratulations, you have successfully added raw value and event archives, historized raw values, and have learned how to use the history list and the chart. Thank you for watching this atvise video tutorial. For more information, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us on atvise.com.